Yo, yo, yo. What's up? Let's see. Waiting for everything to update. We up? Refreshing. Oh, we are. Hey, what's up? All right, let's get this started. Let's go, everybody. Happy hump day.
Happy hump day, everyone. Happy hump day, everyone.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
What's up, everybody? We're getting started here. Kicking off with the waffle. Exclamation mark waffle. Get those waffles in early, baby. We're halfway through the week. Weekend's almost here. Let's go. Let's go, baby. What up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing today? Happy hump day. What is good, everyone? Great to see you guys. Get those waffles in, exclamation mark waffle for your chance to win today. We got both things going on. We got it on Twitch. We're on YouTube. Ready to go. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Pig, thank you for the 20 stream streak, my friend. 20 fat ones, man. Thank you so much. Utter as well coming in with a 20 stream streak. Moo, right back to you. Thank you so much for all the support. Tom coming in with the 20 as well. Let's go, baby. Good to see you guys. Great to see you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Oh my gosh. Happy hump day. We're Thermaltake Live. My name is ThermalMike, and I am here to break up your week with a beautiful happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Mike. What day is it, Mike? How's everybody? How's everybody doing? We got a lot to do today. Oh my gosh, we got a lot to do today. I had to make sure I had like all my parts and everything like that ready. There's just like custom cooling, man, custom cooling. And I got some really fun ideas that I think you guys are gonna like. I'm really kind of going a little outside the box, but I guess I'm just kind of practicing what I preach with your mod your way. So you guys let me know what you think as we get closer to finishing our E600 dream PC build. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We also have a special guest here today in the size of a CPU, and we'll be talking about that as well. Yeah, I hope everybody's good. We got a lot going on. Giveaway will be going on later today. I'm only assuming we're gonna have plenty of wafflers here to reach that 100 viewer stream requirement, so we can have 2 lucky wafflers here later on today. So look forward to that. Sit back, relax, and you know, let's have some fun today, you guys. Let's have some fun today. I got a new mic stand finally. I got a new mic stand. I got a new me stand, but it's really nice. I'm super excited about it. Look. Look. Nice and clean. Oh, it's really good. Really nice little stand. We got some parts to talk about. We got a couple more things to go. I've been playing around with our custom cooled PC a little bit, finding those just the right fits and everything. We're going to be diving in on that today, and we're going to have to see what we can come up with. So, see what happens. We shall see what happens. Oh, I can't. This is the giveaway song. I can't play the giveaway song. Oh, wait. Here, let's just switch. We'll switch it up here. Oh, welcome. Thank you so much. Let's go. We got a hydrate. Thank you so much, Goob. Appreciate you. Oh. Lots of fun in store today. That's a nice mic stand. Thank you so much, Sarge. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's really nice. I was pretty excited to get this. It's basically an upgrade from what I had. I was more or less running the other road model. I was running the other road model for what, like 3 years now, maybe a little bit longer. And it's just like the arm, the mechanism inside, it just broke. And the funny part is it broke on a Thursday. Not on a Wednesday, so it lasted one stream, but yeah, I had to get some stuff to figure it out and everything, you know. You had me at new mic stand. Don't yell at me. No, good to see you, Pig. I fixing some things as well too on the streams, getting up you know, the chat integration and everything. I had a couple of issues, but I think I fixed it. And I think a lot of this is going to be how I'm going to take this into the new build. You know, giving me the opportunity, a nice, fresh, clean start for a stream PC. I mean, it's a lot to consider. A lot of things to think about. It's more than just install in Steam a couple of games, you know, get your email set up and your, you know, browser favorites and everything. We're going to have to do all that too. But, you know, streaming wise, There's definitely some more things involved. I'm interested to see how we go about with the content on this. I want to be able to show you guys some of the ins and outs of streaming, but being able to have, you know, 2 stream PCs and then talk about one while streaming on the other, we'll have some fun. I think it'll be a good time. Hope you guys like it. You know, anybody's, you know, looking to build a streaming PC, or just how do I maybe make my PC built for streaming, or what do I got to add in, and all that fun stuff. I'll talk a little bit about OBS and everything like that too, which is what I use here for Thermaltake Live. A big supporter of OBS. Yeah, been a lot of fun. Let's go, Kenneth. Thank you so much for those waffles, baby. All right. Oh. In the process of doing it myself. Nice. Yeah, I got a pretty I got a couple of different capture cards that I use, but I think more or less, at least from my perspective on this, is how are we going to integrate a capture card into the custom cooling? What pros and cons is that going to cause for us? You know, there's a couple of things I had to think about. I ran into a debacle and was like, where am I going to go from here? What am I going to do? So I think a lot of that is just, you know, trying to think about how you're going to plan everything out, because you're super excited on the budget side, just buy and get all this stuff, but it's all got to work. And you don't want to run into those kind of like snags and everything too. So sometimes you run into some things like I did, but we'll be chatting about that, showing you guys what I learned, at least in regards to the E600 MX's case, and maybe show you guys a fun little your mod your way idea. Maybe might bring some interesting things. I think it's a little different, so you guys let me know when we get to that part. I've been running into a lot of debacles. Good. Oh, sorry, man. Hope the new build's going all right, man. Hope the new build's going all right. Okay. Oh, it's Wednesday, baby. It's a Wednesday, baby. Hey, shout out, by the way, what is it? Is it this Sunday? Is it this Sunday? Or no, Monday. Monday coming up is, what is it? International Waffle Day is March 25th. March 25th, International Waffle Day. Sadly, it didn't fall on stream day, because that would be epic. I'd probably literally have a full breakfast here and we just enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? But yep, coming up next week on Monday, International Waffle Day. So feel free to make some waffles for that Monday morning. Get you guys rocking and rolling. Oh, white screen. There we go. Gonna be doing a Lazy J's 2 cents fitting for every 90 and 45 style. Bend the tube, not the knee, my friend. Bend the tube. It's tougher though. And I know you're working with that copper tubing. It looks cool, but it's definitely more difficult than I think a lot of people think. I wonder like one day, is Thermaltake going to have this kind of stuff? You know what I'm saying? Are we going to have metal tubing down the road? I wouldn't mind like a matte black, or even like a frosted tubing, maybe a 14 millimeter size to go with. I got a lot of wants when it comes to custom cooling. You know what I mean? I don't shut up when it comes to that. I need more distros. I need more everything. More fittings, all that fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? All that fun stuff. Custom cooling's pretty crazy. Been doing it for a while. I've seen the ups and the downs as the tech market goes, and you see the wattages kind of go up and down. If it's a CPU, it's a GPU, it's whatever, right? So custom cooling, I feel, might be making somewhat of a comeback as we look at both Intel and or NVIDIA, for that matter, and see where they're pushing the Dell rumors, the 1,000-watt GPU. I mean, it's a rumor and everything, but still, 1,000 watts? I mean, the 4090, you guys have seen, we've pulled over 400 watts on just the GPU alone. So for them to say 1,000, even 800 for that matter, whew, we're going to be needing some bigger power supplies, maybe. Just a little bit more. We'll have to see what happens with that. That's going to be some crazy stuff. GTC was also this week. I knew they were going to talk about any end user stuff, but still a lot of fun. Well, look at those fans, baby. Look at those fans, baby. All right, so yeah, let's talk a little about, we got I wanted to bring this up. So you guys know we got the new, this is also planned for the Tower 300 as well. So if you really like this color, but we're sad that it's only available in the Tower 200, just wait. Just wait. We got this also coming in the Tower 300 as well. So just hold, but giving you a little inside out on that. So you know what's up. Letting you guys know the details. I did 743 watts on my 49. Exactly. Could you imagine doing over 1,000? Because you know you're pushing more, but still, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of power, my friend, a lot of power. Also, as well, I know more and more of these have come in stock. I know more and more of these have gone out of stock. Some of them are back. And for most of you that ordered specifically from us, I believe they've shipped out. I saw pallets of them going out, what was it? I think Monday. There was a lot going out. So check tracking information if it's something like that that you're, you know, kind of waiting for. They're coming and going as quick as, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We're trying to get more in. More is definitely coming. So just, you know, be a little patient with us. We'll have those bad boys coming here pretty soon. And then, of course, we are going to be, well, at 270, but we are going to be playing around, of course, with our E600 MX. You guys haven't seen our video. We have our video up here on the YouTubes. You kind of jump over here. You see me right here. Thermaltake CTE E600 MX build. We got this going up on her here. You know, come on over here, man. Drop me a like. You know, maybe a comment waffle or something like I saw a couple people did from last week. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. But yeah, check it out if you want to learn more about all the ins and outs of the E600. Hopefully this build guide gives you some fun stuff. You know? You know? All right. Okay. So, moving on, and I think one of the funniest things for me was that I wanted to do this build, been planning this build out, you know, reached out to Intel and everything like that to get the 14900 KS for our stream build, because why not, right? But finding out embargo was a Thursday and not Wednesday, I kind of had to hide that and kind of keep that out. So this week will be, I already have the CPU in, but we got to put a water block on it. So we'll be showing off our 14900 KS brand new CPU from Intel. This thing's pretty powerful. I mean, coming from where, you know, what you're doing upgrade wise, not saying like I got a 13900 going to 14. We're definitely doing a bigger upgrade coming from AM4 on our stream PC, switching over to Intel for this. We'll have to see how everything goes. I mean, 24 total cores. You got 8 P cores, 16 E cores. You get 32 threads on it, 6.2 on this. We'll have to see how the clock speed stuff works, the different settings and everything like that that are going on with, you know, in the BIOS and the motherboard, because there'll be a lot of that stuff we'll have to figure out what's going to be the sweet spot. I mean, this is a stream PC, right? So definitely looking to see how we can push that. Also with the memory, I know people have done higher on the memory with this. It's rated with 56. I've seen people running like 7200. I got DDR5 6000 to start and maybe do a little bit of overclocking on it too. I just don't know if I'm going to get all of that in on, I don't know if I'm going to get all that in on stream. We'll have to see what happens. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that, but I've seen a lot of people getting around 7200 for that, getting some performance. I've had some people say that anything above 6000 doesn't really matter. So we'll have to dive in and find out. That's the fun part. You know, it's the fun part, playing around with new stuff. Oh, yeah, and what's up, Pig? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. No worries, dude. No worries, man. No worries. Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, that one's popping up. All right. So we played around with some AI last week. Came up with a fun little camel thing. I figured I'd play around with this a little bit more before we got started here. Today I'm thinking about waffles a little bit more. Wonder why? Wonder why? But you know, maybe put some waffle creativity here and have a little bit of fun. Maybe we can find some interesting new little waffle wallpapers that we could come up with.
Waffles, tasty waffles with lots of syrup.
So good. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. So let's see, what do we want to do? Let's do. I want a water-cooled waffle. I don't know how this is gonna look, so be ready. A water-cooled waffle in a workshop with custom PCs. Oh, I'll say computers. Custom computers all around. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we get. Soggy waffle? Ugh. Too much syrup. I think I added, did I add in some, I get those, I think if I got, where are they? Not necessarily the bun waffle. Did I thought that, oh yeah, right here. I added a couple of new emotes. A little syrup. Well, you don't want to get a soggy waffle with too much syrup. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What else? I added something else too. Oh yeah. I got our Tower 300 in here as well. I got a couple more options. I'm working on some stuff. There's new camel in there as well too. Yeah, I've got the Tower 300 one looks a little small. I'm gonna make that one bigger. I like my waffles, Chris. I like my nice and warm. It's just, you have to, and by the way, I didn't, you know, this is quite, let's take a look at this one. Is this a waffle PC? Well, but we'll have to maybe I have to see about upsizing that emote there. But yeah, once you get that syrup on there, you got to go to town. You got to dive in on that. No soggy waffles. Pretty cool, right? This is a very interesting waffle design, let me tell you. Where's the waffle in this one? More details or something or what? What do you think? All right, let's go something a little, let's chill out. Let's go let's just mellow it down here just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. Okay, what about this one? What the heck is that? All right. We don't have any more remaining, so let me do this. Let's log out. Oh, here. Let me move this over here real quick. Or you know what? I'll just do this. Just switch back over here. Not like I'm stressed about my email anyways. It's everywhere. But I just got to do the little switch account thing so I can get more credits. Don't tell anybody, okay? Don't tell anybody. Let's go with, we'll go with Google. What account do I want to pick today? Let's pick this account. Let me see what it gives me here. Do I got points? Do I got the points? Oh yeah. Right. Reset. We got 20 points here to play with some stuff. All right, let's try to change this up a little bit. A man building a computer with water cooling in a suit that looks in a suit with waffle print, looking classy. Whoops. Wait, I should look at the screen. Looking classy. Do you guys spell water cooling one word or two? What have you guys always done? A man building a computer with water cooling in a suit with waffle print, looking classy. In a futuristic workshop with RGB lighting around the room. I love playing with this stuff. I need to get like an account so I can do more of this. Water cooling. Is it water cooling or just water cooling? I wonder which one. It's one word. Is this supposed to be the waffle integration? I love the watch, by the way. This is a pretty classy suit. And he's building a custom PC. Looks like some cable management help is needed here, big time. And I don't know necessarily what's going on down here with this. And it's like, if you look at it and everything too, like it seems like the case is reversed. Like, you know, the graphics, like this is the back side of the case, because look what side he's on, right? And then everything's reverted on the other side. Kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. I didn't get my waffle, but I sure got my RGB and my custom computer and a guy. I was kind of curious what the guy was going to look like too. It looks like it's the same dude in every aspect as well. This is what my studio looks like from the other perspective. This the waffle station. This is what my waffle station looks. Here's your fan, by the way. Good. This AI is listening, so here's that 200 mil fan just for you. Good, by the way. But yeah, like we're gonna have to just keep playing with it. I really like this background. I think this looks really, really cool. But where are my waffles at? I have to figure out how we break up the key phrases. I'm gonna have to maybe like do a good bit of reading on this. I'm just having fun right now, but maybe I should figure out how to make this a little bit more precise. Maybe we can come up with something cool. You never know. Look at this one. Oh, this is an interesting. Oh, see here. Look, new Thermaltake case right here. RGB shelves. Do we need an RGB shelf in our case? I mean, we basically have that with a power cover nowadays, right? And you just gotta love how AI makes a keyboard. You gotta love how AI makes a keyboard. Is this considered is this a futuristic workshop? All right, let's see. No, let's. How do we? All right. What do we want to do? Case is chunk. It's pretty thick. It's pretty thick. Are those just CDs on that shelf? I don't know. Maybe. You should see what they have for the waffle. The waffles look weird just as much as the keyboards do. Let's see. Let's see. Should I say Waffle Man? You know what? Waffle Man building a PC. Let's just keep it like super simple. Let's go. Oh, wow, we could do origami Waffle Man. 3D model, cinematic. A neon waffle. Fantasy waffle. Pixel. No, I don't want pixel art. Let's go 3D model. I'm gonna leave that one there. Lighting. Lighting. Rim lighting, huh? Golden hour. All right. All right. All right. Studio. Okay. Close up. Let me see. Let's see. Close up. We'll go wide aspect on this. Just change a couple things up, you know? Let's see what we get. Maybe add a comma or it's a Waffle Man building. And that's what I'm trying to understand is how important are commas, or do I just need to do a period and then just like make like new sentences, right? Well, make me a Waffle Man. I maybe because AI is a robot, it just thinks a robot's a man. I don't know. This is interesting. Where's the man in the Waffle Man here? But it really took building a PC so much more serious than make me a Waffle Man building a PC. Interesting cup right here. I like this is supposed to, like a little PC right here. Maybe a Keurig or something. This is like a toaster, like a waffle toaster. This is kind of cool. Yeah. Interesting waffle shapes. I could see this being a mod. I could see somebody making a waffle, you know, right there for the home audio. You know what I mean? That's that, you know, for the living room PC. This one looks a little interesting. Really kind of curious what's all going on with that. It's, and you know, an espresso machine sitting on top of a waffle griddle. I guess you just want some hot coffee because there's literally like a hot plate right here for this. Maybe this would work well for delitting CPUs too. Got some waffles right here. There is a guy. At least there is a guy in here. And I'm assuming, is this ground up waffle that's going in here? This reminds me. Did you guys see the post that I put up? I saw this at the mall. I saw this at the mall and I thought of you guys. I was like, trust us. Add a toasted waffle. And at first, this is a juice it up, by the way. So when I went there, I was like, the first thing I thought of is like, are they putting waffles in the, are they juicing waffles? Is there pieces of waffle in here? And then I realized that they sell waffles separately, like, you know, like Starbucks and everything. And it's like, oh, get that with the waffle. But of course I was thinking waffle drink. I probably would have bought it if there was like, you know, they said with real pieces of waffle. I mean, I wouldn't be able to resist. Trust us. I had a toasted waffle. Great marketing right there. Great marketing right there. Let me see. All right. Let's do this. Let's just keep it simple. Make me a waffle man. Let's see what happens. Who missed out? Good to see you guys over on YouTube as well as on Twitch, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, so I guess make me a waffle man doesn't necessarily work. We'll have to look into this a little bit more. See how we can go a little bit further with this. I want to have, like, that's not a bad waffle. I got to admit, you know, it looks pretty good to me. Cheers. Looking pretty good to me, but there's no man in that. How about make me a waffle computer with syrup for the cooling? We've literally done this on stream. Make me a waffle computer with syrup for the cooling. Nice. What's for lunch? And we invited you. Always invited, Smoke. Always. Ooh. 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 That's. It's not a computer, though. Maybe it thought waffle piece. You feel me? I did say computer, though. I even capitalized. Here's like your scale. Because if you're just that into waffles, you need a scale to make sure. Oh, look, there's square eggs in here too. Interesting. This almost looks like thermal paste or liquid metal on this waffle. I'm kind of digging that. Some of these are pretty good. Some of these are pretty good. I think I like this one. I'm going to download this one. I'm also going to download this one. Because what I found out was that, like, even with your account, these disappear. Like, you close the browser, they'll be gone. So if you're going to get them, you got to get them now. I don't know why it, like, necessarily saves them, I guess.
Waffles, tasty waffles with lots of syrup.
I think what other one? I didn't really like much of those ones there. This one's kind of interesting. Keep that one there. Yeah. I'll have to play around with some more. I thought this one came out pretty dang good. I was pretty happy with this one. I gotta play around with it some more. I've been pretty busy, so I haven't had a lot of time. Well, I've allowed that Google one changes history. Yeah. Leonardo AI keeps them, I think, in the history. Oh, nice. Thanks. I'll try that one out. There's a bunch of them. I need to play around with them, with more of them, you know what I mean? But I just thought it'd be fun. Mike, why do you show seconds on your clock? I have a clock? I didn't know I had a clock. What are you talking about? Oh, you mean like on Twitch? Oh, you're talking about the PC. Because. You know why? You know why I show the seconds? Because when I'm doing video stuff and I record, like I do my voiceover stuff here. If you can understand, like I shot like E600 video, you know, like the YouTube video that you saw, those little segments. And those little segments that I do those with, you know, I click play and click record at the same time. But I use that more or less for my time stamping when I do some stuff. It's kind of hard to explain, but it is a feature you can enable, and I use it specifically for that. Mostly it's just for video recording and audio stuff. I'm just crazy. I didn't even know what you were talking about. When you start doing video stuff and you want it just, it's got to be perfect. You got to get down to the second, man. Hey, at Thermaltake Live, are you familiar with Mitch Hedberg's bit on waffles? Was that the video that was shared on Discord? Or something else? I don't know. Was that video? Somebody shared this. Oh, that's Max Miller. That was somebody else. This is a funny one. Somebody put this one in here. It's called The History of Waffles. Pretty cool little video. It's in the YouTube stream chat. You want to check it out? YouTube, the Discord. Oh, the waffle! Oh.
Somebody get some water, please.
It looks like my new co-anchor may need a glass of water.
Pig, thank you. You saved my life. Oh, that was some thick batter right there. I noticed it says it uses more resources to show them. That's why. Oh, that's interesting. How much more resources? I lapped all the nickel off my EK direct die, and I'm about to run R23 to see if it fixed it. Interesting. Did you have any flat spots on that? Or I'm not sorry. Did you not have any flat? Was it nice and flat when you lapped it? Direct die is already 5C worse? Really? Yeah, I know they make it like a cone. That's why lapping is a good thing. You do it with glass. You just lap it on some glass with some. Yeah, no, I can understand that. But yeah, that waffle history thing I thought was really cool. I watched the whole video, so whoever, I forgot who shared it, but thank you so much. That was great. That was a fun little watch the other day. I had a good time with that. I had a really good time with that. It changes up. All right. Oh, dudes, it's so good to have like a proper new mic arm again. Oh, man. Oh, man. So, waffles aside, we got to get back to business here. We got our E600 MX. This is our Dream Stream PC build. I'm actually going to be using this to replace our current Stream build that we've had back there, rocking and rolling for a while. We've had to change the motherboard out over the 3 years. The previous one had some USB issues. This one necessarily will then just become a backup plan, which is always nice to have, especially in my line of work. You know, if one fails, you got to have something there, and it's going to be a nice little redundancy for me, if you can understand. I'm just going to try to have to, whatever I do with that one there, I'm going to have to move to this one, and then whatever stuff that I change in this one, I'm going to have to figure out how to make sure that one has it too, or, you know, at least it has like something of the features, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least most of the stuff that will be there, so that it's, you know, a proper backup plan here for us. Now, if you didn't notice, you know, we kind of got some stuff going on. Little recap from last week. You know, last time on Thermaltake Live, you know, we were diving in on the E600, playing around with the fitments. I guess probably the best way to say it. Alignments, stuff like, you know, I have a little bit of wiggle room. I've set this up this way on purpose. So a little bit of loose screws here, a little bit of loose screws here. And a lot of that is for my height adjustments as I kind of try to figure out how I'm going to do my tube runs, how everything's going to kind of go together.
100.
Same goes. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Thanks so much, Box. 100. That's right. We got 2 waffle coming up later. Exclamation mark waffle. Again, for your chance to win later on, we're going to be picking 2 people live right here on the stream, both on Twitch or YouTube. Doesn't matter, but you can have 2 chances right there. 1 and 1. Doesn't matter which one you're on, as long as you are around when we pick the winners and you are located within the U.S. or Canada. So appreciate you guys following the rules there. We've been pretty lucky, I would say. Most of the people have been fair, and we haven't really had like somebody enter and win that was just disqualified, you know, because I can't really go back and I can't re-roll it. So appreciate all you guys. I believe all those new little hot giveaway items are already going out. I already got contacts from our wafflers from last week. So, yeah, later on today, we'll be finding out what 2 wafflers will win. So, join us back with that. I need to get that little return thing off there. One sec. Gotta love DSLR cameras. I forgot to press the clear thing on that. You know how it goes. But yeah, waffles going on. Get in on that. Also, just to let you guys know, if you do have that free Prime sub, you can subscribe on Twitch, which will give you up to 2 entries. But you do have to be a subscriber before waffling. So just keep that in mind. So you guys do have a chance to have up to 3 entries each week. You know, just a way to give back to you guys that want to subscribe, either with Prime or by either gifting a sub or just subbing yourself. You know what I mean? And yeah, if you got Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Prime sub each month. Each month, you get 1 for free. So use it wisely. Use it wisely. Okay, so I got this water block. I'm excited to. That's going to be an interesting water block for this build, mostly because of the way the G and a quarter ports work. Let's take a look at this beauty right here called the 14900 KS. Let's all take a pretty look at this. Let me get this set up here. Oh no! Oh no! My man!
Thank
That's
you,
fine.
HXBEX and DREU for following.
She's definitely gained some weight. I'll tell you that. Get this in here real close. All right. So here we go. This is our live mixer board that you guys all saw. I gone ahead and I've already changed out the LGA on this. Went with a contact plate, which I recommend for just about any LGA 1700. If you're not doing a contact plate, this thing's pretty inexpensive and definitely does help you with those temps. So do take a look at that if that might be something you're interested in. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hey, let's go. Thank you so much, Northern Tide. And we also have this beautiful 14900 KS, brand new in the CPU. Our good friends over at Intel. Appreciate you guys helping to support for all of our future streams. It's going to look pretty cool. And, you know, a lot of this, too, talking about the riser cable, the capture card that we're going to be doing. There was some fun little debacles that I ran into that I think I got figured out. I hope you guys like the idea with this. A lot of it is going to be dealing with these tubes and these ports from where they are because of the fact that we went vertical with the graphics card. So this graphics card, you know, I'm going to have to plug in the ports. Granted, I have passed through for it, you know, as far as with the GPU itself, but water cooling wise, it does give me a little bit of limitation here on the side. We don't want our cables hitting our fans either, but at the same time, we still have to figure out A to B, you know, from the distro to the GPU, the CPU, and then we got, you know, our two little rads here, our two little rads. And I got a little bit of wiggle room with these. We're going to be playing around with some heights, maybe bending a couple of tubes here today. Because, dude, we got to get up. We got to get this going.
What day is it, Mike? Fishing for following.
Yeah. Oh. Whew. Man, that copper weighs a lot. Yeah, I think the build's coming along. I'm kind of excited about setting this up. It's definitely going to give me a little bit of a challenge with the way the rads are in the distro as far as what I wanted to do. I mean, some people I would say can go with a single rad and say you're just cooling CPU and keeping the GPU on air. You got a variety of options. One of the things I do like about the E600 is that even in this type of a configuration, I technically still have a fourth wall. So, I mean, if it was something where this was a problem or this wasn't going to work out, I mean, I guess it still could not work out, but could still be a problem. But one of the things I like about the E600 is I still have that option. I could go from glass to perforated to get more cooling. So, you know, you have to kind of decide on the, do I want more cooling or do I want a glass look, depending on where you're going to go. Because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 different positions for up to a full size radiator, 360, 420. And I mean, distros and a lot of that stuff, all more or less, for the most part, fit. But with custom cooling, you do have some clearances that you have to figure out. And boy, let me tell you, I'm in for it on this road, building this, especially live with you guys. But we'll do our best to see what we can come up with. I mean, I like this nice little straight shot here. These tubes in the front are going to look so sweet once I get plumbed. We get some coolant running through that. Should give a very cool presentation right there in the front. I don't know if we're just going to go straight up and down and give the horns here for the build. I was thinking about that box, by the way, with your picture the other day. You know, because that was just like where I was at. But we also have these two up at the top, and it's really interesting lines as far as like, you know, what we're going to do and how we're going to come up with a lot of this stuff, you know? Spawn a light. Thanks for the hydrate. Oh, we got a lot. We got a lot to do. Okay, so let's make things a little bit easier here. I just kind of have this set up, you know, stream. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the graphics card out just for right now. We got some other things we got to do first before we get to tubing. And the E600, I got to tell you, this makes it super easy. The case bracket for the graphics does secure with screws. But in your building process, you might not want to screw it down right away because I can just take it in and out. Just like that. I love these little latches on the back for me to be able to place it. And as you can see, you got 3 different options as far as your distances on the case. This is only one of 3 ways you can put the graphics in the case too. So you have other options there as well. But I couldn't tell you as a builder how convenient this is that I can just drop it in, do all my tube work, and then be able to take this in and out for like just room for doing certain things. Having the space in the case matters a lot to me as a builder. So hopefully these fun little ideas, you know, and these little tips make it even better for you. Make it even better for you. Mini rad on top, I was thinking about that. Like one of the things I was contemplating was if I did, I wanted to do the 360 on the bottom, no problem. This was straightforward, easy. But I was like, dude, do I do another 360 on the back? Do I put it in the front and then maybe put these ports towards the back? But then I was like, no, I don't want any ports where the graphic card and the connections are going to be. I really wanted this area to be off limits, you know, just fans only, because I'm going to have 4 monitors to plug into the card. So that's really going to max that out. But what's going to take this to another level is that I also am going to have to integrate a capture card. Now, here's where my debacle came in. We talked about last week with the options of the case, right? Taking the top panel off. I haven't put these fans in yet. I just kind of set them there, but we're going to be putting those in. But the one thing that I was talking about was this expansion slot. This expansion tray is removable. I forgot I was charging my screwdriver. I was like, where did it go? So going vertical with the graphics, I can remove this and, you know, give me that extra height clearance that I more or less would need with the radiator. But I ran into a little bit of a problem. You want to see what my problem was? So I run 4 HDMI capture cards, an Elgato capture card. And it's currently what I'm using for all the cameras that I have. But it wasn't necessarily about the clearance with the riser cable that was the concern that I didn't initially look at. So with this one right here, it is a 4X, so you can't put it in the 1X slot, but that didn't really make that much of a difference for me. I think the bigger problem that I ran into was this. How am I going to run the tubes? What am I going to do? I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? After last stream, I sat there and I was thinking about it for like a good 20 minutes. I'm like, what is it that I can, how am I going to get around this? I'm going to have to move the rad. I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to put this in the front and then just be stuck with perforated because I want the dual radiator thing. Oh no, chat. We're not bowing out yet. We're definitely not taking the knee on this one. We need to figure out your mod your way. I want this. I want both. So I was like, how can I get both? What can I do? So brainstorming a little bit, you know, talking with the other team members and like, hey, what do you think? What should I do? Well, what's a fun idea, right? So we came up with probably the coolest idea that I thought to make it, to have the best of both worlds in the E600. It's got to be a Dreamstream PC. We got to do something fun with this. So here was my cool little idea. Take the back panel off here for a second. And this really got me thinking to a lot of other things here with the case, right? So we're going to need this no matter what, because, well, okay, let me take it back. We were going to need this no matter what. So then I was like, well, how can I get around not needing this? What can I do? How do I make that work? I'm like, I'm going to have to move it. How do I move it? And then I'm sitting here going, you know, I wonder if just maybe, as Pig mentioned there in the chat, what if I just got a riser cable and I tried to put that capture card somewhere else? And I'm just like, how am I going to do it? And then you know what dawned on me? You know what dawned on me with this case? Come here. Come here. Dude, it came out like so like. You know what dawned on me? You see that elongated slot right there that this hard drive was covering up? See? I was like, by golly gee molly, I can fit a riser cable through there. And then that made me start thinking, I got some extra space in the back. What am I going to do? So I was like, let's find out. So I took my riser cable. Well, I took my card out because I want it, but not there. So I was like, okay. Let's bring in a little your mod your way. Have some fun. Riser cable? No problem. Tubes? No issue. Back of the case? A little bit of space, right? A little bit of space, but where are you going to plug all the HDMIs in? You can't just double-sided tape it back there and call it a day, right? You got to do at least a little bit. Just do a little something, right? A little something with it. So I got one of these, which if you guys know, this is the 2 expansion slot bracket for like a Core P series case. Because, hey, I'm ThermalMike. We got a lot of Thermaltake stuff running around. And this came up, and I'm like, oh, this could allow me to mount and have a structure to it as far as how this would, this is going to secure into the case, right? So this would be my little bracket, right? My little bracket here for the expansion slot. And then I was like, okay, where can I put it? So then I started looking at options, right? So we take our capture card, plug it in just like so. Let me bring this around so you can see this a little bit better.
60% of the time, it works every time.
And sometimes that 40% works out. So I was like, okay, this would be cool, but this is going to be too tall for the case. Too tall for the case. So I'm like, all right, we got to rotate this. So then I started thinking about options like this as far as how I was going to mount it. And it cleverly came up to the same kind of area with our SSD tray. Dude, this song is weird. So if I come in here with the bracket, see how there was already holes there? Because that was from the P series. So looking at this, the holes gave me the idea, even though I need the holes on the other side. But being able to use the riser cable and being able to kind of come in here like so, if you guys can see what I'm trying to do here, I am literally going to move and mount my capture card in the back using the riser cable from the front. And I'm just going to go drill some holes in my SSD bracket to mount this and then mount this up here like that. And I'm going to have tons of clearance for my 4 other HDMI ports. Baby. And I win. Yes. You can't bend the knee, baby. You got to bend the tube, not the knee. So I wanted both. And that was a big one that I had to figure out since last Wednesday. And I was like, I cannot wait to tell Chad about that. Because I need the performance. I need the proper card for it. We got tons of riser cables with this. And, maybe I'm thinking a little outside the box, but why not? Why not? So I think this is going to be a cool little setup. I'm not going to have to worry about this anymore. And I can just move forward with what I initially planned. Let's go. Super excited for that. So that's kind of my plan with the capture card. What I found
This man is as clever as he is handsome.
Oh, you are a beautiful man. You are a beautiful man, Pig. Thank you. But I think this is going to be I'm kind of excited for this now because I'm doing something a little outside the box. And should be fun. I think this is going to work pretty good. especially with the bracket. And if I secure that to the SSD, I can just take this off. I'm gonna do a little Sharpie mark, drill some holes. Dude, I'm gonna run over to Home Depot, grab some short boys and some nuts, call it a day. Mount that in there, it'll have some nice structure to it. And then the best part with the way the case is set up, I have pass-throughs both here and here, so I can run both my displays one way and my captures another way, and hopefully we'll still have a decent amount of room. Hopefully we'll still have a decent amount of room. Oh, and then thank you so much. Yeah, Pig is awesome. He is awesome. But no, dude, I was so excited for this. It got me so pumped for the build after I figured this part out. Because, you know, sometimes you can get stuck with things and you planned it out as much as you could, but things can still come up. And I almost thought, for whatever reason, I thought I was going to be good on the clearance. I didn't think that I was going to have too many issues with that because I'm more or less going all in for the look. But then at the same time, I'm like, I need to make this practical. I need to make this work. So there we go. Little P3 bracket. I mean, you don't necessarily need this, but it really did come in handy for me. And yeah, this is going to be my fun little mod that I'll have. And then with that, I don't need this anymore either. So I can still leave that out of the case because that started making me think, oh man, I could just run a 360 across the top now. And I don't even need the rad back here, which was initially the reason why I figured out the riser cable thing. So it was just kind of a laugh, a little bit of fun in between from last time to this time. So I had to share. I had to take a minute and I had to share with you guys on that. So today we're going to be mocking up the rads, kind of finding out where the fitments are going to be. One of the key features with this is going to be the distro that's next to the motherboard. I have some adjustment with that as well. And we're going to put the CPU block in today and get most of the primary components. Bend a couple of tubes towards the end of the stream today. So if you've never seen hard tube bending, we'll be doing a little bit of that later, but not too much, but definitely next week. Next week is going to be all bending all the time for next week. So that should be a lot of fun if you've never seen hard tube bending. But we need to kind of figure out our little name game. We're going to have our ports for our CPU. We have some options as far as rotating our block. And then with that, we have our distro to adjust the height so we can get some clean lines with that. Because, you know, options and adjustment is what's important. Of course, I'll only be able to do that once, as I've mentioned before in past builds that I've done, that you get a one-time chance to get one tube perfect, but which tube is the one that matters most? So there's a lot of tubeology in there, but you guys come to the right channel to find out. So let's have some fun. We'll go forward with getting the rest of our build put together here. And I got to do a couple of cable things so I don't really kind of run into a problem later on down the road, mostly with where my connections are going to be. Because for my SWA fans that I have, they have that magnetic connection, but they have to go on opposite ends of the fitting. So meaning that my connector's in the back here as well as in the bottom on this side. So I got these two guys. I want to more or less get connected up, especially before I do all my tubes and especially before I do all my coolant. I'm going to want to make sure all of my cable management is already run before we pour some liquid in here. So, but till then, we got some dry tube builds to do, get a lot of our tube design mocked up, water block, and just try to plan it as best we can. So let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Weekly waffles going on.
Hey, that's you. Hey,
get
you
in
like
on
too? No,
your
All
waffle.
right.
Good luck to you guys. We'll have some winners coming up here later.
_bunny.
Could be you.
Whoa. Hey,
Stay
that's you.
tuned.
Hey, you like waffles too? No way, me too. All right.
Lola Bunny coming in with the sub. Thank
The
you so much for
Green
the
Garage.
tier 1. Thank you so much for the tier 1. And the Green Garage. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the prime. Appreciate it. Winterfall says, hey, Mike, could you have hidden the capture card behind the GPU on the... I looked at that. So the one thing I was trying to see before I kind of came up with that idea was, do I have wiggle room in between here? Because if I was going to do this, I have to put another riser cable. And I was like, oh, if I got to put another riser cable in here, it's going to be just kind of too messy, too much stuff. And then the other thing too with this, and I might do this as well, actually, it is something that's kind of sitting in the back of my head, but on the GPU bracket, I have it in the farthest position forward, but I mean, as you guys can see, it's still in the middle of the bracket. And I want this to be as far forward as possible, but there are no designated holes for it to actually mount the riser cable. So the one thing I was like, if I'm gonna do that, I was thinking about doing this as well. And I was gonna pre-drill some holes for the riser cable so the card would fit furthest or closest to the glass and see what that looks like. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do that. Let's do this. Give it a little ThermalMike touch there. You know, kind of have a little bit of that modder experience because you know those guys have too much fun getting to do all that fun modding stuff and everything like that. I don't get to cut up too much things, even though I think it'd be a lot of fun, to be fair. But a couple of things there with that. Hopefully everything will work out. We'll see how it works out. Usually pretty good. I had a pretty decent track record with custom cooling. Only a few leaks. But I thought this was wild. This is going to be a cool little idea. And the good thing is I don't need to put that in until later. But I'm going to probably do that over the weekend, run to Home Depot, grab some parts, drill a couple of holes in the garage and everything. I wish I could do more of that kind of stuff here, but hey, it is what it is, you know. But still, just kind of a little bit of planning on that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, I mean, get my riser cable back out. But it is kind of ironic. I was like, did they think about, was this something that they were thinking? Was it like an afterthought with the case about maybe running something in the back? And too bad it's not a little bit wider. We could basically flip the graphics card around to the back side of the case and just use those holes right there too. A lot of ideas were flowing, if you can understand, trying to, you know, figure out how to make it work. How to make it work. Best leak was on stream with Steve. Yeah, that was a good one, Aggressive Man. That was a good one. We haven't had too many. We haven't had too many. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get the CPU block on. I think that's going to be our next big step here. Because I've been wanting to see where we're going to be at with wanted to see where we're going to be at there with the ports. Now, for this, as I'll show you, I don't know, we're going to be, I want to have something a little bit different for the build. So I'm looking at the Pacific MX2. This is our one and only DIY LCD screen block. So I thought this would come in, be a little bit of fun. You know, I could put a waffle on there or something like that. You know what I mean? So let's go. Let's take a look. Let's dive in on this. Let's go. My camera adjusted. Gosh, the graphics card is still pretty big like that. So right here, just so you guys see, this is our Pacific MX2 Ultra CPU water block. Now, this works for both AMD or Intel, just FYI. Got our little accessory pack here with our brackets and all that. Some paperwork that we're never going to read. You know how it goes. And then our new water block. Now, this is very interesting because the Gina quarters are in a totally unnatural spot. So, you know, why not make stuff more difficult? You know what I mean? Nice big cold plate here on the back. I really like the cold plate design with this. And then, of course, because this is an LCD screen, this is going to be plugging in through that micro USB. And ideally, with the cable that you get with like your fan pack, I'm going to have the two ports. One's going to go to controller, and then the other one's going to go to my pump. So I only have to run one of these, which is great. And then with the you got, because of the fact that this won't go to a controller, I got the distro, the GPU, and then the 3 rad spots. So 5 ports, 1 controller. I'm all about it. Less cable management to worry about. I'm loving those SWA fans because I'll tell you, with the SWA fans that I have in the case, I would definitely be running multiple controllers like I did in the past. So those magnetic connects, doing 3 into 1 is huge on a lot of space saving and everything like that, and just trying to make stuff easier. You know what I mean? Got some nice little G1/4 ports right here. Little caps on there, and you can see that's all nickel plated all throughout. Got that nice nickel plating there on the inside. I've had some pretty decent results with this as far as cooling, and never really saw too much of a variance with it. But hey, we'll have to see how it works well with our 14900 KS. Should be a lot of fun. So there's our Pacific MX2, everybody. Should be pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm excited for this. Get that out of here. Get that out of here. Freebie paste. It comes in handy in a pinch, but we'll be using something a little bit better today. But I would say to hang on to that. You never know when you might need it on a rainy day. Bracket adapters here. This is for AMD stuff. We're not going to be using that today. Oh, and I guess we do get another one of these cables. So I'll either use... So here's another one. Now, the one thing I've noticed is like the USB on this one's got a really bulky head connector on it. I don't like this, but I do like this one. It's a little bit more slimline. So if you're already running like our RGB Plus software with the controllers, you might want to hang on to this for troubleshooting needed. I mean, I wouldn't throw it away, but if you got an extra one of these already off because you're using the fans, I'd probably just recommend using this one. Or another thing that you can do completely is you get like a little extension if you want a little 90-degree adapter. And then that way it's got the little 90-degree bend on it versus just a straight shot. If that's something that's bugging you, a lot of that stuff's pretty low cost, a little accessory you can get on Amazon. And I mean, that kind of goes hand in hand too with display connections and the different setup as far as how this case works. You're going to probably want to plan for some extensions for USB and or your display. Let's get the rest of this stuff out. How's everybody doing today? Everybody doing good? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys as always. Happy hump day. See you guys getting in on the waffle. How much time we got left? Oh, okay. Little less than 30 minutes. We'll be doing a giveaway here soon. Oh, wait. I'm pulling... Okay. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I think I need all of them. Hey, I'm an Uncle Mike, too. Roberto. That's nice. Love the look of that block. Thanks, Pig. Intel. AMD. Should be pretty straightforward. Now, one of the things that's different about this block is it mounts from the backside. It doesn't mount from the front. So when you look at the way the block is, look, it's just, you're not mounting it from the front side of the case. You're going to be mounting it through the case into the back. So we'll go ahead and we'll get everything mocked up here. I was going to lay it down to kind of show like what's going on the camera at least, but I'm going to have to tilt the case up. I will have to tilt the case up. This also, by the way, just to call it out, is the AMD bracket. So this is for like your AM4, AM5, and this will actually be swapped out. You have the Intel bracket that's in here. This will come out, and this will go in its place, and this kind of converts it over. So that's why I was saying it supports both. So in the box if you need it. And I got my extra screws right there. Get all these guys tightened up here first. You know, Coastal, I'd love to do a worldwide waffle. Maybe one of these days. I have to sync up with my HQ over in Taiwan. We'll have to figure out if we can do some bigger giveaways to give back. Hard part for me is just shipping. I've had some people do limited international giveaways. It's actually like a new thing that I've heard where it's more than just the US and Canada, but it's not everywhere. So I got to kind of think about the pros and the cons of that. But I'm always thinking about how we can give back more here on the channel. So much love to you guys. We do what we can. Appreciate you guys. We do. Okay, so these right here, these are going to be my caps. So these are my dudes that are going to be here on the end. And then I have these guys as my little pass-through guys. So we have our fun little manual right here. Giving a little breakdown. A lot of this is just, you know, if you guys know the AB thing as far as where everything goes, LGA 17 is going to be on the A part or the farthest one away. However, it makes more sense in your brain is, you know, whatever works best, right? And then a lot of this is basically how the block is set. Like if you're taking the back plate out to change it, right? Until this is how this all breaks down. And then of course right here is you're going to see how this all goes together. So you have that's going to go in through there, and then you're going to have this come through the back, and then we're going to put the caps on the top. The other set of screws is going to be for, I believe, on the back here for AMD, and you're going to use those other pass-through screws for that. I think it gives, yeah, you have the 4 caps, and you got the 4 for the 1700, and then actually it doesn't list the other 4. Wait, you got those, that goes in there, that goes in there, that's all makes sense, but there's not one in between here. What the, why is there an extra set? Maybe it's an, is it an extra set for this side for the AMD? Dude, I already forgot. It's okay. Upside down. Whoops. See if we can move some of this stuff aside. There we go. So here's a couple of things. So first and foremost, oh my gosh. See how on the block, see how this kind of, it shifts? See how it kind of slides there and there? That's going to be your difference between 1150X and 1700.
Hey, that's you. Hey, you like waffles too? No way, me too.
Well, let's go waffles. IST Mods, what's up, baby?
Ice
Good to
mods.
see you. Let's go. Okay, so here's what we got to start thinking about. Let me get the case more. Can I show you guys this? Here we go. Here we go. So we have some options for the CPU block. We have the ports facing on this side, but then we have a little, I guess I have clearance here from the heat, from the USB with the heat connector there. And then I take this out. Come on. I can't see what I'm doing, but, or we can have it in this position where we have the ports this way. And this was one way that I was thinking, but I was also contemplating on doing something like this, because I'm looking at the lineup of this port into here, trying to figure out what, or even for that, for the most part, this port going into here, and have a nice little simple 90. This would be where the loop would start, going into the CPU, come out of CPU, hit a rad, come out the rad, hit the graphics card, because you have a GPU, big old GPU right here, and then come out of the GPU into this rad right here, and then return back into the distro. So that was kind of one plan that I had with this. We'll have to see what kind of work, because see, I'm thinking about just, I'm thinking this way as well. So like if I set this in here, I have a pretty nice lineup already of this. I think I'm going to go this route so that I can kind of have a over and in going into the distro. Then we'll come out this side, hit this rad, likely on the inner port here, then come out this one. And then I think we could do some fun stuff going into the graphics. And then we come out the graphics, hit the bottom rad here, and then close it up. So I think this will be what I'll do. I'll mount it this way, and I'll probably look at it throughout the rest of the week, or up until next Wednesday. And if I want to make some changes, I might make an adjustment to this, but I kind of want to keep it front and center too. Logos. You know how all that stuff goes and everything. But let me switch the view back because I'm gonna have to do this standing up, or at least having the case standing up, if that makes more sense. It's not small. Okay. Let me get these little bad boys here set up better. Always do like a little test fit, you know what I mean? Before you're doing the thermal paste. Of course, make sure to remove your sticker, you guys. But I usually don't do that until I'm ready to get it all pasted up. Oh, that one wasn't all the way out. That was why.
Ladies and gentlemen, please
love the mobile
rise for the national waffle anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the waffle. We won't get into that. Maybe we'll have to come up with like a little theme song or something, you know what I mean? One nation under syrup. That's good. That's good. That's good. I like that.
Somebody get some water, please.
Somebody
Looks like
get
my
this
new
man some
coworker
water.
may need a glass of water.
G4. Cheers, man. Thanks for the hydrate. Just getting this lined up. By default, it's on 1150X. I guess we're gonna have to change that soon, huh? This one's fully seated. The screw itself too, is squared, so it has a little spot to sit, and you just want to make sure it's seated all the way down into the in its slot, I guess. If you've done coolers and you know the adjustments of that, and you've kind of played around with that, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. That should be the new slogan for the show. Thanks, Beantown. Make waffles great again. I should get a hat. Hydrangea blue hat. Make waffles great again. All about it. PAX East begins, I know, sad. Begins tomorrow and not close to being sold out. I could see that. I could see that. Without Thermaltake, PAX East isn't the same. Oh, man. I love PAX East. One of my favorite events that, well, I guess the last time we were there was pre-COVID, so it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Do like some Boston, though. Been there several years. Many, many times. We do hard tube bendings right there. People could watch, like literally right there. It was so much fun. So much fun to be able to show people and do the bending. We wanted to have like a bending clip so other people could bend, but I was worried about people hurting themselves, if you can understand. Somebody burned themselves or a kid or something like that, But we ended up having a really cool setup. I liked we had gaming tables. We had like systems all set up, playing games on and everything. I got to work with a publisher to get some game codes and stuff. It was really nice. A lot of fun.
Thank
a lot of
you,
fun with that.
Confusion, for following.
But what kind of waffle are you? I'm Irish. I'm an Irish waffle. Now let's do a little test fit. Dude. Filters. It's just, I don't want to like, it's not that I don't want to rip it. It's just that I don't, it's in the way. For now. I'll put it back when we're done. Solid. Love that.
Thank you, Hargla, for following.
Like a glove. So yeah, so if you ever have a problem with stuff like this where it's just the holes aren't lining up and everything, take a little note here from ThermalMike on Thermaltake Live. You know, double check that spacing. They're usually slotted, and it depends on where you're at. 15x in the middle, 17's on the outer. So that's all I had to do is just kind of get that little adjustment, and it goes right on through. And I mean, this kind of goes too, because some motherboards have the cutout like 2 holes. If you guys kind of seen those, they do that. So that way the older coolers don't need to be updated, but this got both, so you don't have to worry, I guess. So that's going to go in just like that. Here, let me get this out of the way. See if I can do it without looking. Oh, I'm scratching the shit out of the PCB. I'll kind of hold it here from the back. So that way we can kind of let that up. Now, this is going to secure from the back side of the case. So the one thing I got to do is take out the little SSD bracket, AKA our new capture card bracket. But that's just so I had the clearance through the back part of it. You know what I mean? That's going to go there. Have our 4 screws. Back plate. He's a matcha green waffle. I've never tried one of those. Never really tried one of those. I love all my Black Tower 300. So easy and fun to build a PC in. Oh, Andrew, thank you. Dude, I'm glad you're liking the Tower 300. That's great. It was a fun case. We just finished wrapping up our AIO build in that. It's both on YouTube and here on Twitch. I think it's still on Twitch. Should be. But we just wrapped up our Tower 300 build. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right, so with that, Space says, appreciate your last stream. The reason being the following day, last week, followed the stream and I got notified my Racing Green Tower 300 with the LCD got shipped, which will be here tomorrow for me to move my build into. Nice! Nice, Space. Good luck. Have fun with that. It was a fun build. I had a lot of fun with that. It has more room inside than you think, and it's because of the octagon shape. But fun little case, though. Good. Keep us posted. Share some pics on the Discord. I'll let my marketing team know. Maybe we'll share some stuff. You guys got a Thermaltake build, drop it in our PC submissions on our Discord. I do share those with our social marketing. Let them know when I see something cool. Just to get some of the grease and grime off from my fingers. That way we get our CPU nice and good. Need a bigger desk. Bigger! X marks the spot. Oh, where'd my little cap go?
Do you think for my future build that you'll be building on a stream that we could use syrup as the liquid for the cooling loop?
Oh my God, touch it. That's hilarious. Do you think my future build that you've been building on a stream? We've done syrup before. Don't get me wrong. We've done syrup before. And that's going to sit down in here. Once we have this down and in, because I'm doing this more for show, I'd recommend doing this install vertical versus laid down. I mean, if you want to apply the paste and do that, you're all good. But here's that PSA. What does that say right there, chat? Please tear off the tape before you use it. Oh, why do they call this tape? Should just say, please remove. Important. That's important. Nice little seat. Give it a little push and a little wiggle. You know, just kind of flatten down that paste action you got going on right there. And here's gonna be the fun part. I got to pick it up and then mount the back of it. So just bear with me. Please add extra tape before use. Mind the gap is what it should say. Please remove. Mind the gap. The thermal paste kind of holds it in there, to be fair, you guys.
It didn't say, please do not eat tape, so, yum yum.
Yum yum. I was grabbing for a post that doesn't exist. I was grabbing for the post that doesn't exist.
Wow.
And here, you can guys see what the back's like. Whoop. There we go. Oh, it's dark right here. And get a little bit more light on it so you guys can see. Yeah, that's good now. I just put the kitty corners in so that way it would kind of hold it together. But no tool needed. Screws right in. I would recommend giving it a good amount of torque. I also recommend making sure that you're pushing on the block from this side. Just a little bit, you know, smushing the paste a little bit. Just kind of go around. You do not want to use pliers to tighten this. It's not that big a deal. But you can start to feel the tension. Like I think this one, oh, I loosened up a little bit. That one's pretty good. That one, a little bit more on there. Pretty good. A little more there. That one felt good now. Good. Good. There, now you can see. So yeah, this mounts from the back side of the case. It's got Intel AMD, supports either way. Cool stuff though. How much does that case weigh? Let's look. I don't know. I think I have the website. Do I still have the website up? Yeah. We list all this stuff in our specs, by the way. So any other case or anything, just for the measure. Same with measurements. So measurements are right here on the case. Make it a little bigger so you can see it. 35 pounds. It's probably about 70 right now with the stuff inside. Give or take. That's where I kind of feel like it's at. Good question, though. Anyone ever buy a Mobo and be disappointed because it's an MATX and not an ATX? Yeah, that's me this week. F. Well, one thing, I mean, micro ATX boards have come a long way, so you're not losing too much. It's not mini ITX, to be fair. Mini ITX would have definitely been a tougher situation. It's a little small. It's a little small. But then I could say the same thing, like the Tower 300 is a micro ATX case. So maybe you should get a Tower 300. Good luck with the exchange, though. Hope they get that to you quick. I need that PCIe slot. Which one? This one? This one? That one? This one? That one. Yeah, Tower 500's a pretty big fridge. Not as big as the 900, though. But the 500's definitely a pretty big little fridge. At least it's ATX support. At least you got that. At least you got that. All right. What do I want to do next? What do I want to dabble in next?
Thank you in for Red Flare for following.
Power.
Waffles, tasty waffles with lots of syrup.
I'll just see if I can find my scale and see how much this bad boy weighs when we're done. Coolant actually adds a good little bit of weight too. Ugh. HDZ, shh. Don't tell anybody. We gotta have some secrets. Yeah, I'd be looking forward to that too. Maybe even a Tower 600. Tower 700. So much room left to play with the Tower series. So much room. So, power. So, because we're going to be going with, stream build, it's going to need some wattage, you know what I mean? And because of the fact that I'm not necessarily, the graphics card's not a 40 series card, so I am still using traditional PCIe 8-pin connectors. I just went with the GF1, 1000 watts, gold rated, fully modular. Should be a pretty good power supply here for the build. Ooh, some cables. That's going to add some weight. Besides this. Oh. Oh, can you smell it, chat? Oh, it's all that new electronic. What does he say in Iron Man? The Cubans, baby. The Cohibas. Got the Cubans, baby. This is it right here. Hammer technology. It's like fresh popcorn for me. Oh, yeah. Giveaways are closed. The waffle entries have ended. Everybody get in? Everybody waffle? Did you all waffle up? You better have waffled up. Oh, no.
Thank you,
John, did you miss the waffle, John?
Waffles, tasty waffles.
Okay.
With lots of syrup.
All right. We got to do a solid for John here, everybody. All right, I'm going to do this because I still got the power to install. Okay? I still got the power to install, so instead of making you guys wait and letting John sit here feeling left out, we're going to let John jump in. Let's go, John. If you guys haven't gotten in on the waffle, you're just joining here or whatever, you got some last minute chances to get in. Exclamation mark waffle. You don't have to do it again if you've already done it, okay? This is only for our late comers, but hey, more than welcome to see you. Thanks for coming on the stream. I'll give you guys a little bit more time there to get some last minute waffles in. The more the merrier. Let's have some fun. Good luck to you guys. Oh, look, they gave us some cable ties.
Thank you, Sogio78, for following.
Hey, it's all about giving back, baby. It's all about giving back. Yeah, if you're already in, don't stress. You're in. If you already did it, you're good. You don't need to do it again. Dude, look at this chunky power right here. This is nice cable. Nice to meet you. Nice cable. Get in on it. There we go. We get some last minute wafflers. Let's go. Don't forget YouTube and Twitch. You can get up to 2 entries. Okay, so what are we going to need here? So one of the big things we're going to need is dual CPU, dual EPS. So one of the reasons why I went with 1,000 watt. I think it's like 850 and up that offers the dual EPS is kind of like a idea standard for what it is. PCI Express, we're going to need 3 of those. We're going to need Molex, RGB. Oh my gosh, we're still on Molex. It works though. It works though. Tom coming in with a hydrate. Thank you, Tom.
They need a glass of water.
Oh, good. So good. Mustang fishing. I'm making sure I'm in. I was here at the beginning of the stream making sure I did misspell or type. No worries. Yeah, it's basically like if you're already in, you won't get the message. But if to be fair, like if you do it and it works, you should see a little reply from Streamlabs saying that you've been entered as like a confirmation.
In the morning, I'm making waffles.
I still had one little piece left. In case I get hungry later. I don't want to get buttery syrup all over my cables. Mike. What day is it, Mike? You guys ever did you guys do this with your cables? This is what I've been doing because I can't deal.
Waffles, tasty waffles.
I can't
with
deal.
Lots of syrup.
I need efficiency. Some
Phrasing.
Speed building technique phrasing. Oh, the big boy. This is our third one, right? PCIe. Okay, that's EPS. I've never tried spinning it out. We'll do that with bread tonight. I do that with bread too. You sit there and hold the loaf of bread and I spin it around. Because I don't do that other way where they do the thing. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, but I told like, you know, I got that Wonder Bread, you know? Get that Wonder Bread and you sit there and just give it a little twirl. But I would say
moo tilde moo. Moo.
I moo back to you. But the bread now has the little plastic clips on them too, so I get that a lot now. I guess it just depends on where you buy it from. Look at all those free zip ties. Look at all those free zip ties. Molex the floppy. For your FDD installs, choose Thermaltake. Okay, 2 CPUs, trace PCIEs, big boy, and some Molex. This fan doesn't have RGB on it, but we won't be seeing the RGB, so rip. Oh, and Forgot I got to do this.
Give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Soon. Soon. I got to mark what this is. You guys don't understand how many powers I have? I got to put down what this is. So I usually do, I'll do TP, GF1, and then I'll put 1,000 watts. Don't get confused that if you have different power supplies, even from the same company, if the wattage is different, even if the efficiency is different, the pinout could be different. So always make sure you only use the cables that come with the unit. And then this will help me later when I try to find this with all the other ones that I have. You want some waffles? Did everybody get in? Has everybody gotten in on the waffle? We haven't missed anybody? Any last minute wafflers? I'm going to close it. Time is up. Ding, 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 ding. Time is up. Si, senor. Right on. We good? All right, I'm going to give you guys just enough time. Speak now or forever hold your waffles. Fair. I like that. I like that a lot.
As a response to allegations, I'm sorry, I'll say perhaps.
Vin!
Somebody get him some water, please.
You earned it.
Looks like my
Thanks,
Maybe
Ben.
that's
Appreciate it, Ben.
Waffles, tasty waffles with lots of syrup.
Nothing like washing down some waffles with a hydrate. Look at that. Logo's upside down. I should fix that, huh? See, how do we do? No, we can't do that. Because if I do this way, the connectors are the wrong way. So, and it's just going to have to be upside down. Maybe I'll peel the sticker off and flip it around. And then you'll be like, hey, wasn't that upside down? Maybe this is a new brand for us. You know, Wackdonald's, you know? Baby needs a new monitor? Ooh, baby. I can't wait for somebody to win a new monitor. I cannot wait for somebody to win a monitor. I feel that monitor will hit on the wheel today. Ooh, Pig's calling it out. Dang, Pig. Oh, I hope so. I hope so, man. We're getting the last screw in. Turntable didn't work. So, power in. We got our cables. I'm going to kind of, I mean, for the most part, with doing like custom tubing and everything, you would normally want to run all of your cables, but feel free to go ahead and bend away. Because ideally, you're going to be removing every single tube before you put them all back in to wash them and prep them before you put your coolant in. The only thing that I would be a little concerned about is if you feel the connector or the cables may be in your tube way, mount the cables anyways, just in case something's going to get in the way. If it's the graphics card, it's a 24 pin. I think I'm going to be pretty clear on most of this stuff. I'll double check some things later, but ideally, yeah, you can kind of leave them out of the question for the moment, just so that way you can have a little bit of extra build room in here, if you can understand. I mean, come on, this really gives you a nice little layout. Granted, there's going to be a big graphics card that's going to go in the middle there, but still, I have the ability to just take this in and out with that bracket. I got to tell you, it's number one for me. What a better way to build. What a better way to build. All right. Entries are closed. Draw my name and I'll give it a good shot. All right. All right. Fair. Fair, Mustang. Fair. from your keyboard to our waffle. Oh. All right. All right. Giveaway is now closed. Good luck. You guys want some waffles? You guys want some waffles? Here. I can't. Can I smell? Ooh, I smell the butter. I smell the butter. You know what that means.
Waffles, tasty waffles.
You
with
know
lots of syrup.
what that means, don't you? Oh, baby, it's my favorite time of the stream. It's waffle time. Let's go, everybody. Who's ready for a giveaway? Much love to you guys. Thank you guys all so much for the subs, the follows, the stream streaks, and of course, all the fun little emotes and everything to you guys. Cheers to you guys. We got 2 winners coming up here for our weekly waffle. If you typed ! waffle in the chat, you are now entered in. We got 336 entries to crack away at. Who's going to win? First winner is Storm Chief 84, baby. Storm Chief 84.
Mike. What day?
Congratulations, Storm Chief from Twitch. Let's go, Storm Chief. Yo, let's go. Nice. Congratulations, Storm Chief, on winning our weekly waffle. So glad that you're here. All right. So this is how it works. You say spin it, and you're going to win it. Somebody else, spin it. Just go. Come on. Oh. Ooh, it's getting closer, baby. Congratulations on winning your choice of your prize, your way Thermaltake mouse. Feel free to take a look at thermaltakeusa.com and or ttesports.com. Excuse me. And pick a mouse. Discord me to confirm that you are a meat popsicle. All right. Congratulations, Storm Chief. Any questions or whatever, shoot me a message. Happy
Waffles, tasty
to
waffles
help
with
out.
lots of syrup.
Congratulations again on winning the mouse. Who's going to join him? Who's going to join him? Pig coming in with the lucky hydrate.
My new coworker
Let's
made
see
me
if the
want some
hydrate
more.
pays off. Here, I'm going to take a drink while I click pick. All right? Here we go.
Mike,
Evan Angel.
What day is it, Mike?
Lion 76, congratulations. So sorry, Pig. I tried for you, my friend. Maybe next time. Evan Lion 76, congratulations on winning our waffle. What's up? Are you there? Please. Are you there? Lion 76, are you there? Yeah, woo, thanks. Let's go. We got our wafflers here for this week. Let's go. Congratulations on winning the waffle. You say spin it, and you're going to win it. Let's go. Oh, that was like a delay there. Let's go. Come on. Oh, that's on the swag bag. Dude, that was like right on the line right there. Hey, congratulations on winning our Thermaltake 25-year anniversary swag pack. I got some special stuff in store for you. They'll be limited to only this year. So congratulations on winning our swag pack. And yeah, DM me on our Discord, both of you. If you don't know our Discord, ! Discord, I already saw that pop up in there. Confirm that you are human. And it's your prize your way, baby. Congratulations. Hey, that's our waffle for this week. Thank you guys so much for staying tubed. Of course, we got more waffles coming up next Wednesday. Every Wednesday that we do our streams here. And hey, next week could be you. Stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for playing. Let's get back to our build. Give it away now. It's such a good song. It's such a good song. Congrats again to the winners. Thank you guys so much for waffling with us here this week. More and more to come. More and more to come. Yeah, I'll just let it play for a little bit. Oh, let me turn the volume down. Waffle rest of the week. Have a very waffle rest of your week. Syrup. Oh, it's so much fun getting back to bending. I'm so excited for this. I am going to be utilizing our new C-Pro fittings. So if you guys haven't seen these yet, these are our new C-Pros. I got a couple of them here. I got some more I got to take out anyways. I already got one of those. I really like these new 90s. Oh yeah, 9045, that. Let's take a look at these fittings. Waffle-tastic. Have a waffle-tastic day. So here are our new C-Pro fittings. This is our new C-Pros in white. As you can see, it has a nice little gnarling design on it. And this white coating on it is just so good. Whoa. So good. All the way through on there. I'm really digging this. O-ring on the bottom. You have two O-rings on the inside here on the inner sleeve that goes on the tube. And then you have your last O-ring here for the top for your compression. So it's a 4 O-ring design. Kind of just that in there, that in there. And then I got some of our older C-Pros. So just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a comparison. Here's a little bit of a difference here between our two C-Pros. Kind of mock up base to base on it. You will notice that there is a little bit more height to them. So that's something that, you know, I guess you may have to plan for. The other thing is that this is white all the way through. You'll notice the base plate was black previous, and now it is all white. Of course, you have that G and a quarter O-ring on there, but all of the new fittings in the new colors are all colored throughout, as you can see. Now, these fit just the same. These are both 16 mil OD fittings. If I can grab that without. So a little bit of difference on the color. Little bit more height, but other than that, same great fitting, new little style. I've been excited to use the new ones like this. Similar on the top there a little bit with that, but hey, we got some new stuff. So we'll be doing some new stuff. I'm actually waiting on more of these to come in the whites. Here's the 9045. I just love, look at that is just all dipped all the way through. It makes a difference, folks. It makes a difference. Here's the 90s, the new 90s. So this is what the 90s look like before, and this is the new 90s. So a little bit better clearance, a little bit, fitting those little corners there a little bit better. And just look at how beautiful the inside of this is, man. Brand new. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to get some coolant on this. Here's these two bad boys screwed together like that. I like the little, it's just got the little accents on there. I even got one of the extensions too. Even got the new extensions. My cat wants to slap those fittings. Meow, meow.
response to allegations.
But hey, look at these new, I think this is 20 mil.
Yeah, it looks like my new
So like a little, this is a 20 mil
water.
male to female extension. I could stare at these all day. Got the little. Definitely liking these a lot more. Good little weight. That's a good little weight to this stuff too. But yeah, these are our new fittings. We'll be playing with these on the build. Super excited for that. Figured I'd give you guys a little bit of a comparison. The one thing that I noticed that was really different right off the bat was just the fact that it was taller. I don't know if that's going to make or break anything for me. I doubt it as far as height-wise. But the one thing, oh, and I didn't really actually, what is it, the width? Like as far as, you know, like how wide they are, like the circumference of the fitting, they're about the same. The knarling, I think, makes it seem a little bit bigger. Maybe just a little bit, but for the most part, it's within the same tolerance. Because sometimes that could make or break it. Her R's darted around as you're moving the fitting. I was hoping so. I got a couple of kitties at home, and I know how it is. All right. So I want to start getting like that 90 in there. I want to see how that 90 is going to work. I got my distro here. I have adjustment with it. I just got the screws kind of loose. So like if I want to get this port or if I want to do something, because I got 1, 2, 3 ports right there on the distro for an output as far as the coolant going out. And I want to just more or less try to line that up so I get a nice little crisp little 90. So I think that's going to be a good little fitment there for that. And then it'll be the same thing with like this rad. I have a nice little bit of movement on this rad. I don't know. I have a little bit more to go back on, but it would kind of bump into the other fan to be fair. You know what I'm saying? But if I can get this where this is going to line up, say with that top port, meaning this one that's right up there, and I can have this really cool little tube up and in, or maybe even do like a corkscrew. I don't know what I'm going to end up doing, but having room to play with is always fun. As far as how I'm gonna. Oh, well, it's wrong way. Hopefully I don't hit myself. All right, let's play with some fittings here. Okay, so that's going to be way off. I don't know if I can bring this down to square that up a little bit more for you. So we definitely going to need to drop this down. I mean, I just put it here just to have it there. But I do have a good amount of clearance. If you guys can see down here on the bottom, there's still a little bit of wiggle room there, which I really like. So that was just kind of like where I was just trying it out. What's up, Flam? No, I guess I could just put this one here because I'm not going to use this one then. All right. And yeah, don't mind the cockiness with this. It's just loosey-goose right now. So we need to bring this down. You see a lot of that. See, I got one here and I got wiggle room there, but it's definitely stopping on that one. So let's bring that one down to the next step. And a lot of this kind of goes hand in hand, you guys. Don't put all 12 screws in and just hope for the best. You feel me? Where was I? I was right there. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you Ramrod Destroyer 1 for following.
Yeah. Wait. Getting it close. Now, the thing, this still a little high. We need to go lower. What am I? Oh, I was like, what's it stopping on? Sorry for bumping the camera, chat. Just try to kind of hold it in place. You know what I mean? Right there, bring it down enough. Yeah, it's a little closer. So now the fun thing about this is we'll go ahead and we'll do a simple 90-degree bend, and we'll use this to line it up. So once we get our cuts and our bend in, we can make little adjustments to this. Like once it's in there, right, if it's just got like a little bit of like that, we can push that distro up, you know what I mean? Or lower the distro down if it's high and get that nice crisp little 90 right there. Looks nice and parallel, you know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Still got to put these two fans in, but I'll do it later. And of course, the other thing you got to consider is clearances, like stuff like memory, other devices, stuff you're going to plug in, take out. You don't want to have any of that cause too much of an issue. Same with your cable management, you feel me? But I feel like, man, that's a good song. I feel like when you're on your journey, you just got to ramble on. I bent this one a little bit. It's got like a... I sat on this one, chat. Look, it's like, it's literally, I don't know if you can you tell? Look at the bow in this. Oh, Ramrod Destroyer, great name. How wild is the barrier of entry for custom water cooling? I'm building my wife's PC right now, and I'm trying to make it better than mine in every aspect. Well, first things first, hats off to you for considering the wife to have an awesome system. That's just awesome right there in general. One thing to consider is that if you don't want to dive into hard tubing right away, check out some soft tubing options, because one of the nice things about soft tubing is that you don't have to worry about the extra materials for bending stuff like this. And if it's not something that you've done before, it's definitely a tougher learning curve. But I mean, you can still go custom cooling, do this, do soft tubing. There's some really nice soft tubes that are out there. I mean, something from like a matte black to just a clear, and you know, you do the custom coolant color and everything, you'll get the same performance. And if you want to move to hard tubing later, it's just a fitting and tube change. You still use all the same blocks, components, pumps, and all that other stuff. So a lot of people that I talk to that will say, hey, I want to dive into hard, but I may or may not be quite ready to go all the way in. Go with a soft tube build. Get a kit, you know, pump, rad, block, do a CPU loop, or you just kind of play around with it. Watch YouTube videos, subscribe to the channel. Get yourself a bending board. Oh, Corey, sorry about that. You missed out on that. Apologize, Corey. Next week. Get in next week. Oh, man, what a good day to bend. I miss bending. Haven't had a chance to do a lot of bends. We got a lot of case builds. You know, I got to do the AIO thing because it's a thing, you know? It's always nice to dive in every now and then. Thank you guys for being here so I can do this, to be fair. And yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if you want to get an idea on like what you need to, take a look at like the kits we have or whatever other companies have. And they'll have like those custom liquid cooling kits. You don't necessarily have to get them per se, but it gives you an idea of what you need. You know, 1, 2, 3. How many fittings? How many this? How many that? Right? Most stuff's like a rad, pump, block, like CPU, for example. So you got your rad, fans, pump, block. I mean, there's different varieties. You have to go distro to be fair. But then you also consider fittings, right? Most the standard configuration between pump, rad, and block, you got 2, 4, 6. So you got 6 fittings that you're going to need there, or, you know, 6 compressions at least. But you might want to consider extensions, 90s, 45s. There's a variety of things that are out there. It gets costly though. So planning so important. Oh yeah. Nice and warm. Don't burn me. Shorten this up a little bit here. We don't need something that crazy. I don't even think I even need something that crazy. Well, right here's good. So maybe any of you guys that haven't watched me do like a hard tubing build like this before, these are silicone inserts. This is our PETG tubing. It's a 16 mil OD. They make them in different sizes, so you're mod your way. And then, of course, I have some soapy water. Reason why? The soap prevents the water from evaporating, and it helps being able to remove the insert then after heating. So let's do a 90. It's been a while, right? Let's get some bends going. I like to get like a, you know, shop towel, get it wet. This is going to be my little cooling. You'll see. Get some of that. You know what? Let me move this too. We don't want nothing happening to our sweet, sweet GPU here, do we? Gotta make some room. Oh, let's change it up. Let's change it up. Let's go. Oh, you know what? Here. There we go. Got bends? So we got to do a nice little 90 here. It doesn't need to be too long. So we don't want to necessarily bend it like on this side because we do need a little bit of depth for that. So just kind of getting a little eye about right here is a good place to do our 90. Give us a good little chunk there, and then we'll have plenty of extra on there, and we can just trim to fit, and hopefully should be a one and done. Again, thank you guys so much for being here on Thermaltake Live. Much love. Happy hump day. Appreciate you guys being here. Good with the copper, I know. Copper's tough, man. I wish I could show you. If Thermaltake makes it, I will. I'll tell you that right now. That's a promise. Just keep it moving, Chad. You guys got to keep it moving. Nothing crazy. Cool it off a little bit here. This really speeds up the cooling process. Don't blow on it, chat. Nice little 90 right here, huh? Been a minute. Freeze. Stick them up. Don't burn yourself, chat. That thing gets hot. Don't burn yourself. Get like a drywall screw if you're wondering, like I got the insert in there, you can't get it out. Just like popping a cork, baby. That's why I have a variety of sizes. And mostly because when I have the insert in there, I can still put it in with the fitting. And that's more or less when I do some like more outrageous types of bends. But we got our tube. We got our 90. Let's get an idea where we're at. Oh, whoops. So usually, I guess I prep this beforehand. Now, if you're going to get crazy with bends, I get that. That's going to definitely be harder for you. It's going to take more for you to be able to kind of come up with some stuff. But as you can kind of see, this will not only give us a good little guide for making sure that we have our tubes nice and straight, but at the same time, I mean, as you look at it, see how everything's going to go. This will also help give us a nice little guide for getting our distro lined up with our CPU blocks. We got a nice crisp line because you got to have that. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, with this, let me see if I can, you can kind of see how I made it a little bit longer so it sticks out further. Don't try to just go straight in and have it perfect the first time. Go a little bit long because it will help you with this part. I'll cut to trim the length of this first because I have it just right in front and center. And I'm like, boom, it's right there. And I'll be able to feel confident about that distance. And then I just got to trim this to fit, push it back in. Should be perfect. Look, I'll even do this. Take a little piece off, little pipe cutters here. Kind of get a little bit closer. Love the C Pros for this. Only at Thermaltake. You got that right there. Take your time. Cut as much as you need. Don't go too far right away. You know what? I'm just going to do this. You can go a little long on it. Just a little bit. I'm going to cut this on the floor because I don't want the piece all over my desk. Apologize for that, chat, but just give me a minute. Hey, thanks, man. I'm glad you're liking it. We're chilling today. Gotta have some good tunes when you're doing some good bends. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait. I get mixed up on what's what when they're very similar distances. Ooh, close. Close. A little bit more. But that's what's important. Little at a time. I've done a lot of these guys, so I mostly just eyeball them. Whatever's more comfortable for you, you feel me? A little bit more. That's good. I love this. Like, look, dude, just cutting just a little bit off, right? Losing control. Got me over here wanting to redo my whole setup. I'm sorry. Let's see how it fits. Let's see how it fits. Where'd the other piece go? Oh. So see, there you go. See how we just got our first initial? We're making sure we got our distances right. But as you can see, it's a little droopy, right? See how it's just like a little bit droopy? This is why I say the first tube is key. Because if you can understand, is this the most important one? Or is it like this one lining up this way? But then I got some play down here. So use this, use the case to your advantage as much as you can. Let's take this, let's square this up here. It looks good on here, but it looks weird on there. It looks high. I think I need to lower it a little bit. So this is very important. The first tube, very important. If you're going to be able to get something you want it to line up, the key is you got to keep that distro in the same place as you go forward. Leave the tube in so that way it's something you can always keep as a reference. But one thing you might want to consider too, making little marks on the back of the case, you know, just like a little Sharpie pen or something like that, as far as like a little line where it was. So if you have, so when you take it out, because you're going to take it out to either, you know, leak test it, whatever you're going to do. If you got to take it back out, you'll know exactly where to put it back in. Because once you get all the tubes and everything, it can get a little funky, you know what I mean? And you don't want to stress yourself out. You know what I mean? So plan for that. Think about it. Did I miss the hydrate? John, oh, that was like 28 minutes ago, dude. Well, crazy. Sorry, John. I think I gave it to you. Do you have the deburred ends after cutting it with a hacksaw? Usually when I cut it with a hacksaw, like I cut that, I'll have those like little pieces like that. But I'm not big on deburring the tube as much. I'll just take a little like some wet dry sandpaper, like 400, 600 grit wet dry. And I kind of just do that to flatten it out. And the reason why it's not as big of a deal for me is because the way the C-Pros work, they don't have to go into the fitting. They don't have to seat into the fitting and go across or rub up against an O-ring like any other manufacturer that's out in the market. These don't have that problem, so I've been very spoiled with not having to worry about that. But rest assured, once I get everything all cut and we get like our distances down, I'm gonna take every single tube out. I'm gonna make sure that all the little wash them, you know, take the little pieces out, smooth the little sides, so I got something nice. But I don't want to worry about that or spend the extra time because maybe I might want to change that. Maybe that tube right there becomes my biggest problem after I do 4 more. So that's where I kind of like to just go, we'll see what happens later. Right now, it's not hurting anything, if you feel me. Do I have to wash the tubes with distilled water? I would. Always. I would you can wash the tubes in like, you know, just under the sink, like in the kitchen. No problem. Wash the tubes. But before you put them back in the system, like fill bottle wise, You know, you got the tube like this, just a little squirt, flip it over, squirt and rinse, and that way you're pushing distilled water through the tube before you put it into the system. Kind of helps save so you can just be like, oh yeah, in the sink, no problem, get everything nice and clean. You know, give it a good little shake to get that water out, dry them off. But distilled water, however you want to do it, just a little clean that bad boy out. Have distilled water go through that for the best results. Does it really matter? Maybe. But I'd just rather do what's right than risk it, I guess. Because, I mean, tap water's not that bad. It's going to be a very small amount. You know what I mean? It's not like half the rad's filled with tap water, stuff like that. I did pre-rinse my rads, and I always do that with distilled water. So I'll take those, fill the rad up about halfway with distilled water, give it a good little shake, dump it out, good to go. But I always do that with every single rad, brand new, especially used, but brand new. I definitely try to do that. That way we got a nice little 90 right there to get that started. And then see how I can do a little bit of adjustments. And I'm not necessarily adjusting the distro, I'm just adjusting the tube. Okay. I'm trying to think if I want to put a 90 on this next one or not. Time is it 3:44? I'm running out of time. All right. Do I want to put a 90 on that or not? What cutter are you using? I'm using just a very inexpensive miter saw, you know, for like cutting molding. Something like this. Literally like 10 bucks. I've probably done like 50 builds with this one saw. But this is really nice to get a nice, straight, even cut. No, the hand one? Oh. So this is like a Milwaukee, like pipe cutter. So it's got like a crazy sharp blade on it for cutting pipe, like PVC and everything. Hardware section, plumber section, this thing's like 30 bucks. But it's really convenient. I don't use this a lot for final cuts. I like to use a miter saw because I want a nice straight cut and I don't want the tube pinched. Granted, it doesn't really do too much with it, you know what I mean? But it gets me close. And then the saw makes it final. Just makes it easier if it makes more sense. Okay. I'm gonna have to rob some fittings. Now, I don't know if I want to do a 90 off of this or no. Oh. Have to put the 90 on first. I hope this 14900 KS appreciates me. People say it's pretty power hungry. I'm excited. So I'm putting the graphics card in mainly for the riser cable because that, oh, I guess you can't see that way. But see how where my fitting is here? And I'm going to go to that port right there. It almost looks like I need to put a little extension on that, which I thought about. There's nothing wrong with that to get your spacing. The other thing, so like say for example, we come over, we bend down and we go in. and we do a 2-bend tube, but then it's a little bit more difficult because we got to know where to bend that second one. We don't have it easy like the first one, right? But I'm also looking at this, and it looks more inward. So let's put an extension on it, see what it looks like. See, what are you guys saying? What can you try to clean them with besides just distilled water? I wouldn't put soap in a rad, period. If you put soap in a rad, I'd trash it. Sadly. Some people have said like a variety of different things like vinegar, lemon juice, all this other this and that. They make these preps and all this other stuff. To be fair, for me, that destroys the rad. I'm not a fan of that. If distilled water doesn't get it out, I just buy a new one. If it's something where it's not that big a deal for you though, the best thing to do would be to, one, fill it with distilled water and let it soak. Just let it sit there, you know what I mean? Fill it all the way up and just leave it. Let it soak, break it up, especially if it was dry. And I think a lot of times, like especially for me, when I do tube builds, you know, I do a lot of this stuff, right? I have tons of rads back there, but you don't want your rad to go dry after it was wet because it's gonna be really hard to get whatever was in there, meaning coolant. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna take a rad out and save it, fill it with water, not necessarily tap water, you know what I mean? But rinse it out with distilled and then cap it off, should be good. You don't have to keep water in it, but if it was a rad that had coolant in it and you just, it forgot about it and it totally dried and, or you got like a little syrupy mess because that's the last of it, you know, fill it with distilled water and just let it soak for a little bit. And you're just gonna be doing a ton of shaking like this. Probably rinse it out with distilled water, probably 2 gallons worth. Should get most of it out. But it all really depends on the, it's give or take, you know what I mean? Depends on the sitch. Hot water can help. Laugh out loud, Mike, I can't just keep replacing $100 rads. Well, then take better care of your radiators. No, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. But for someone like me that's a little different, a little outside the box, where I do builds like this for a living, I have tons of rads. I repurpose, I reuse a good amount of rads, and sometimes I go new. I went new with this build because this is actually gonna be a build I'm gonna use, like, hopefully for a few years. But then, like, if it's something where I'm just doing like a demo on it, or for God's sakes, I'm putting syrup inside of it, I'm not really too stressed that it's a new rad. But yeah, try that out. But maybe try to stay away from the cleaning stuff and go more like home use purpose and see if that helps you better. But if you haven't tried soaking it with just distilled water and doing the shake like I was talking about, might be something to consider. See if this is too long. See, and this is making me think of a couple of different things. So with this, see if I can give you guys a perspective. So with where this is here, oh, it's gonna be hard to show, but like still a little far out, maybe a little too far out for what I want. So I'm gonna take this back out. And then I'm gonna do one more. We'll do like a test bend and see what's up. So a couple of things that I have still up my sleeve with this case is that the case is going to give me some options for the radiators. Now, because of the fact I haven't done nothing with the bottom one, I still have options, and here's why. The case, as far as the rads goes, you can see I'm on the outer side, or the rad closest to the glass, closest to this side of the case, but I have room to offset it and move it in a little bit. So if I move this rad in a little bit, it might give this from here to here, perfect. But it's gonna offset this nice parallel here from rad to rad. But the cool thing is this rad can move inward as well. So if it's something where I got to shift stuff in a little bit, because I just decided when I put it in for the first time without doing anything, let's just go all the way out and get it lined up, because I want the two rads to, you know, be parallel with each other. I don't want it to be like, because you guys are going to call me out on that. I'd call me out on that. Mike, you don't really use it to, no, I don't. I don't think I ever used the tape measure good. It just too easy. No, I'm just kidding. It's not too easy. It's just, I'm crazy. That's all. It's what you want, right? It does mean that I don't necessarily get everything one and done, though. I'll tell you that. But we've had some pretty good success, let me tell you. You've been here. You've seen.
Dark Exile 1 for following.
Yo, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. All right. Let's get a long boy over here. It's nice to have options, chat. No, I enjoy it. Please. Instead of measuring twice, cut once, Mike says measure nonce and cut dozens. Yes. 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 To be fair, I think it's easier, because I'm not having to stress about measurements and numbers and all that. I'm eyeballing it and going with what looks good. I don't know. We'll see. So we got this bend that's going to go in here. Right? But do we want to go, like when you guys look at it like that? How long do we want to go? Do we want to maybe drop it right away? Do we want to maybe go out a little bit and then drop it and then kind of throw it in that way? I mean, we have some options, right? We can always 45 it and do something weird. But I'm going to try to keep it a little bit more clean. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm going to bend it right before the riser cable. I go like, yeah. Whoops. My hydrated. Dude, there's like a cut in this. I didn't notice this. Let me push that back. There's a blem on it. So let's get rid of that. All right, chat, we're going to be wrapping this up. This will be our last bend of the day. Dun-dun-now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out after hours. Appreciate you. Hope you guys are having a good hump day. The direct eye thing is so frustrating. It's different. I think it's the tolerances have to be right. I've seen Derbauer had a couple of videos that he actually popped out, which are really, really good. He has them up on his channel.
60% of the time, it works every time.
This is true. This is true. You can definitely have some problems with the direct eye stuff. I'm curious to see how the market goes with that. Is direct eye going to be something we're going to see more and more of? Will Intel change how their IHS mounts to their chips? Stay tuned for the next episode of Intel Gamer Days. Yeah, nice little simple 90 right there. We got to do our second bend on this, but as you can see, we got plenty of length there for this to cut to fit. And this will give us the mock-up. The problem with this is going to be the tube's going to be a little tall. So let's pull our insert so I don't waste too much tube. Might need to use this other one for some more. Yeah, you can't over tighten stuff. I think a lot of people misinterpret that you can't crank a block down and expect it to be cooler. In fact, cranking a block down on a chip will make it hotter. There's just, you got to find that perfect torque. I don't know what to say. But like the direct die stuff, it is more. It is more. I mean, you know what you signed up for. And I hope you're having fun. I know you're having fun. If it was easy, everybody do it. But if I tighten it too much, it screws the contact on the socket and you lose dim socket A? Really? Dude, you're stressing on the dude. Careful on the PCB and the traces, bro. Easy, man. Easy. At least it gives me a distraction. Nice. Something like. Who knows? I might be able to use this for something else. If I don't use it, I'll throw it in that swag pack, all right? Nah, I can't really show you. Dang, that was perfect. Okay. So basically what I was doing is I was leaving the graphic card in because I want the tube drop down to go right before the PCI, right before this guy right here, to drop it down. So I threw the graphic card in for a little bit, but now I'm going to take it back out. Telling you guys, this is awesome on many levels. We got to look at, so we got to look at like clearance, right? And it does look like it's going to be a little too far out. So it looks like if I bump the rad over like 1, it's going to line up perfect. But at the same time, that's totally fine. Because to be fair, this fitting's going to get in the way when I do the bend. And I kind of like to have, you know, that like that room or that idea of what it looks like. Okay, let's get a small insert in there. Ooh, we're going late. We're going late today. That's usually what tubes do. Takes up time. Tube time. We should do bending after dark, you know what I mean? A little late night stream. Too bad I don't work from home. Or do I? Just gotta warm it up just a little bit. Oh my God. See how we do? See how we do? That post waffle vibe, dude, that is just hilarious, man. Mike, you can't use an external USB capture card. You have an EVGA. You can have my EVGA one. I used it like twice. Oh, thanks, good. No, I like the bandwidth through the PCI Express because I'm running 4 cameras through it. Or 3? 3. Well, the 4th one is the display. So it's like, I got, well, this one, of course. I got that one. And then, of course, we have this one as well, you know. I mean, it's just kind of sagging right there, but I think you can get the idea as far as being able to, you know, kind of slap a little ziggy zag in there as far as getting it all set up. I mean, once I get this kind of lined up, I'm looking at it too, and you can see, you know what I mean? Once I cut this to fit, I'll actually see where my difference is. Is it gonna offset it enough where it's gonna bug me, or is it gonna be close enough? And usually a lot of times that's gonna come up to when you get those final cuts that are in there. But for the most part, I'm just trying to get that goal of having the bend there and the bend there and having them pretty straight, if you can understand. So not bad for a one time on this bad boy, especially when I get in there. Looking pretty good. You know, as far as like this goes, once I trim to fit, well, let's just cut it and You know? There.
As a response to allegations, so perhaps.
Shouldn't you cut the end?
Water, please.
It looks like my new
Shouldn't you
coworker
cut
may
the
need a glass of
end?
water.
Wait, what'd you say? Shouldn't you cut the end in the rad? Oh, like trim this one up a little bit? Well, I have all this extra room, right? So I did this on purpose. So that way with this, and then I just trim this one to fit, should be good. Should is a key word. Yeah, I know there's a lot of, there's a variety in this one. This is a best of 90s classic. Or it's not a classic, it's just best of 90s rock. Don't cut yourself, chat. See? Don't need to deburr it. That's why I usually do these on the floor. All right, let's see how we did. Get our compressions back on here. Isn't the piece of the rad going to stick out and hit the capture card? You didn't see the beginning of the stream. I owe somebody a double chug. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Thank you so much, John. I totally hit my monitor right now with my microphone arm. I need to move it a little bit. We got our little ziggy zag. Oh. Is it weird to say that I really like the feel of the coating on these new fittings? Because it is really nice. So, for the most part, confirmed that, you know, it's going to look good this way, but as you can see, it's leaning a little bit, kind of going in a little bit. I think I need to trim it also just a little on the bottom. So the parallel like this has got to go just a little bit more inward. So what I'll do is I'll trim that side of the tube, you know, just to kind of like finish it up. You know what I mean? My first test fit with it after bending. So those little micro adjustments go so far. Oh my gosh, think about it, plan for it, and you'll find out tubing is not as difficult as it is. Now, my one little challenge here is I got a little bit of a slope on the tube. As you can see how it's going more towards the inside with that. But what we're gonna do is probably, you know, between now and next stream, I'm gonna offset the rad a little bit, you know, have some music playing, chill out, not on the stream, and kind of figure out those little micro adjustments that I need to make with that. I think offsetting the rad a little bit is going to be all that I need to make that line up. And then I'm going to have a nice little run going from distro to CPU to rad. And then next week we'll finish up going from rad to GPU to rad back to distro. There's going to be lots of bends going on next week. But either way, hope you guys got a little taste of some tube bends. Nice to get back to bending here and doing just a couple of basic things. We'll clean this up, get everything, just, dialing it in. One component at a time. Just trying to see where everything's going to fit. I got some nice adjustment here. I think I'm going to be good. I'm really thankful that the KC just has this as an option in the first place. It was part of why I wanted to do it. I was torn because I wanted to put the distro here and put that there, but because of the graphics card and the cables, I was like, no way, there's no way. So stuff to think about, stuff to plan for. This is our dream PC build with the E600 MX coming along there. We got a couple of bends in the case, and we definitely got more in store for you going into next week. So if you guys didn't already know, on YouTube, on Twitch, make sure you guys like, follow, and or subscribe to stay up to date with the latest here from Thermaltake. Of course, join our Discord community as well. I have a live stream chat in there. We talk tech, we talk gaming, we do a lot of fun stuff in there. We got some nice wholesome people in our Discord chat, so much love to you guys that are always in there every day. You guys make my day with not just your questions, but with your memes, and it's always a good time. Hope you guys are liking our coverage so far with the E600. Lots more in store. You'll just have to stay tuned to next week, see what happens. You're just gonna have to wait. But hey, we got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of fun. Nice to get back to Ben's. Yep, thank you. You're gonna make his rig tube. Yeah, I know. I love the look of the fittings and imagine the grip size. It is. It's not like sharp or like people were like, oh, I'm gonna. No, in fact, it gives me a nice little grip to it. It's not bad. This is literally the first time I've used the new fittings. Mike. What day is it, Mike? It's hump day, baby. You guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. Happy hump day, everybody. Let's see. Is there anybody floating around out there? Anybody floating around? Why do I never? This is always messed up. Ooh, Myron Media is doing Middle Earth Shadows of Mordor. I remember playing this game.
build is rad and tubular.
Hey, stay tuned, baby. Appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna throw you guys over to Peter over at Myron Media. Where is he? He's doing some gameplay. Figure, a nice little wind down here from some tube bends and everything like that. Give Peter some love. This game's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting little game here and everything like that. Waffles of the world, baby. Tell Peter good luck on his game and everything. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next Wednesday for another episode, Thermaltake Live. Have a good one. Stay tuned.